First light on Fraser Island. Soaking a pilly for hopefully tailor, and that's exactly what this one is. There we go. Magnificent fish. A real sport on our Queensland beaches and further down south. And we're at the mecca for these guys at the moment, Fraser Island, and we're fishing late in the season, which is the time that a lot of the gurus come to chase the big guys. He's certainly chopper size. August, September, this place is livid with these guys, and hundreds of anglers come to experience the pleasure of catching them. They're a magnificent sport fish caught around the world, armed with big chunks of sharp teeth. They love nothing better than a well-presented bait on the beach. Looks like a better one, mate.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
But you and I got up extremely early this morning, so maybe it's been worth the pain of getting up at that time of day.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think you did say to me this morning, I didn't know there was such a thing as 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's correct, 3 a.m. doesn't exist in my book.
Nice fish, mate. Hey, lovely. That's what we came here for. Greenback size. It's about to play up for me. There's a fair set of chompers. Right on, mate, what's that? A strip of bonito? Little strip bait out in the gutter there?
Yeah, strip baiter and sent it back out. That's what I did to the other one before. That's how I got this one. So, tailor for tailor.
Tailor for tailor, there you go. So you've got a chopper size tailor.
So the next one, got a whole side. We'll see if we can get something in. What do you reckon?
We're upgrading slowly.
Yeah, upgrading.
There you go. Well, that's what we came to Fraser Island for. One of the lures of Fraser Island. Greenback tailor. They do get 3 times the size of this guy, but that's a nice chunky fish. And well worth dragging yourself out of bed before the sun's up to see what you can find on the beach.
Preparing for beach fishing is like any sport. One of those things, it always pays to take a bit of time out, think about what you're going to do. What I like to do is look at the tides, most importantly, when's high tide, when's the low tide, and then look at the time of year as well, what species may be around that particular time of year, because I always like to target a particular species at certain times of year, and make sure I've got fresh baits, prepare the car as well, make sure the four-wheel drive's up to scratch, because beach fishing can be one of those things that is fairly remote. So you want to be sure that both yourself, your tackle and your vehicle's up to speed. Look, aside from that, it's just getting up there and having an absolute ball.
There's often a bit of confusion for anglers that are new to the beach about where's the structure, where's the gutter they're going to fish, and the best tool you've got is your eyes. Firstly, as you drive along the beach trying to see where maybe some of the steeper gradients on the beach are, tell you that maybe the beach is sloping into a better hole, and then colour changes and what the waves are doing. At the moment out in the front of me now, you can see that there's actually a deeper, darker blue just off the beach. It's a pretty good indication the water's deeper there. As well as that, the waves are breaking behind it, and then as they roll through, they rebuild. There's no white water on top of them. So that tells me the water's deeper there. It's not causing the waves to break. So by driving along a beach, using your eyes for colour changes and noticing where the waves are breaking and where they're not breaking, you can very quickly work out the type of deeper water formations close to the beach. That's your structure. Those are your gutters. Put a bait in them and see how you go.
we're going to do now is show you a little bit on beach worming. They are one of the free baits available to us on the beach. So it's worth your while learning to catch them. They're a great bait for bread and butter species like whiting and bream, and your swallowtail dart, nice big tarwine. So take the trouble to learn to catch them. And what we'll do now is I'll just take you through a few steps on how I catch them. We've waved a stinky bag and we've attracted a few worms. Actually give him a bait like so. Comes right out. Come in with the other fingers around 45 degrees. Just keep squeezing slowly till you can't squeeze any harder like that. And then just start pulling. And once you start pulling, don't stop pulling. Just keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. And there we go. We've got about 15 pieces of the most prime beach fishing bait we could possibly get. It's worth quite a bit in tackle stores too, so it's worth our while learning to catch them. And the best way to preserve them too, we'll show you. And that's actually just putting them in some fine sand.
This evening the rig we're fishing with, pretty stock standard Tailor surf rig. I've got a big ball sinker, number 9, situated between 2 swivels to prevent a lot of line twist. It's a pretty solid sinker, but there is a lot of sweep at the moment, so I do want my bait to move, but I don't want it to move so quickly that it doesn't stay around long enough for a fish to grab it, and that's why I've chosen to go with that sinker. I've got about 30 to 40 centimetres of trace, a glow bead, and I'm fishing with a ganged hook rig to prevent bite off. Now, fishing with pilchards at the moment as a bait of choice, and before we set them up, we just want to line it up and work out where hooks have to go. And it's a case of starting at the tail, pin a hook through, and then follow the backbone of the fish, or the back line of the fish, and it's easily marcated by the changing colour of something like a pilly, where it's the dark versus the silver. That's where you want to stick the hooks in and get it nice and lined up. Final one through the eye, run that bead down, and we've got a nice, well-presented bait. The hooks are all well positioned along it, wherever that fish is going to grab it. We're going to get a bit of penetration from a hook point, and we're not going to get bitten off because the hook is fully ganged. Let's put it to action.
And reels down. I caught a beautiful sea bream. The sunrise was just coming up and it was just absolutely glorious, and the serenity of that moment sort of attracted me to beach fishing.
To keep up to date with everything the Fishing Show crew is up to, including our latest competitions and prize giveaways, head over to our Facebook page, AFN The Fishing Show. And if you're keen for content, AFN TV is now free to join with over 1,000 videos at your fingertips, plus tip and tactics from Bill and myself.